Okay, welcome to the monthly sales call. And I think we're got our last one for the year next month, but we might do a little bonus one in between now and then. I'll put a survey in school as to what people want to cover. If there's any particular topic or something like that, we might do a bonus Zoom before the end of the year to do that. Because we're coming to the point end of the year. And the logic out there is people think, oh, it's coming to the holidays. People don't want to talk to you. It's a perfect time to get a whole lot of free trials on, especially just a couple of weeks before Christmas, because coming into the holiday season, people travel. Zach, this is always recorded anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. People love to travel, so therefore those touristy-based businesses get a lot more reviews. So I had a client of mine who we had a few stores with when he started, and then he dropped off a couple, and now he's come back. So we had just QR codes when he first started. Now we've got the NFC stuff, and we put that into his restaurant that was still with us. It's an Indian restaurant. He's got 4 restaurants, and I went and saw him yesterday or on Monday because the wife wanted butter chicken. So I went and saw him, and he's oh yeah, PS, can we go back and set up all the other restaurants with the NFC? So it's good to have a combination of both QR code and NFC. I know in Australia, at least, NFC is very popular. For those who don't know what NFC, it's near field communication. So it's when you tap your phone to pay. That's NFC technology at the end of the day. So, in the chat, I want you to put a 1 in there. Yeah, exactly right, Jennifer. So Jennifer's gone there. It gives us an opportunity to be Santa rather than a Grinch by giving away free trials. They're very true. So call it a Christmas gift over the holidays. So in the chat, just put a 1 if you've used the lead finder program, the prospecting tool within the back of Climbo. Or 2 if you haven't used it. Just put 1 or 2. 1 if you have used it, 2 if you haven't. So we're getting a few in there. 2, 1, but not much. 1, 1, 1. So yeah, it's probably more on the 2 side than the 1 side. So what we're going to do, give me a second. Let me just find my screen, which one I want. Okay, so go here, go back to Zoom, share this screen. Okay. Okay, so when we're in our back office here, we just come down here to prospecting. Everybody can see the screen, correct?
Yes.
Going to prospecting, and you can see here I've done ones for yoga places, right? So yoga studios in Maroochydore. Now, how this works, when they've got a 2.9, the lower the score, the harder they think it'll be to win that client. Does that make sense? So it's not the other way around. So these guys here have got like 44 reviews, 5 stars. I would still approach them technically because they're still under that 100 threshold. Does that make sense? So now with the Google algorithm with reviews, see that these are all prospect because they're all bar this one, which is still a prospect because they're only just over the 100 mark. Any business under 100 reviews is an ideal prospect for what we do. Now, I'll explain why. The algorithm, once you hit 100 reviews, it tiers you up in the search algorithm a little bit. And once you hit 200, it tiers you up again, so on and so forth. So every 100 is like a benchmark within Google. Does that make sense to everybody? So like the star rating is important as well because that's what the public see. They see the star rating. All right, just give me a second. Someone's in the chat. I didn't know. Oh, yeah, okay, there you go. Sorry. Thanks, Sandy. So, yeah, and even I've got clients with 3,000 reviews. Andre, you know Costa de Tora in Orchard Avenue?
Yes.
Right, so how long they've been there?
Well, I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm not sure.
It's about 37 years they've
Oh,
been
wow.
there. And I cold called them, obviously encroaching on Andre's territory.
Not.
And the two owners were there on the day. I said, this is what we do. And they said, oh, we've got plenty of reviews and da, da, da. And they went, actually, we don't reply to reviews, though. We really should. So they didn't want coasters on every table. They've got a couple of my stands and a couple of actual just NFC cards. But they were more worried about replying to reviews. And that's what sold them. They said the AI reply. We know we need to do it. We just can't be bothered. We're too busy. But by having a central platform made it easy for them. Now, did they want more? They love reviews and they know they want more and more and more. And they're nearly at 3,000 now. Right. But the benchmark here, if you're looking at a business like this, every single one of these businesses is 100% a prospect. Right. Even though this one says 2.8, because the way this lead finder works is what's their star rating and how many reviews, right? So they've got 45 reviews, got a good star rating. So, the way they've written this program, they'll probably tweak it, but they say it's not a great deal. But if we go create deal, and then we go into deals, now we can now go to report, right? Hit the report here. So let's all go in. So you can see this is what it does to them. So they're ranking number 7 out of 10 in the area, right? Or in the score. So they need improvement, right? Because they're there. So the only difference between these two is a star rating. Probably not the best pick, but the golden rule here is you'd say to them, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important are reviews to you? Would you like to dominate the yoga near me space in Maroochydore? Because seriously, with the highest person being 101, 102 reviews, how hard do you think it would be to dominate that sector? If they've got, let's say, 3 or 4 classes a day, which most yoga studios have, and they've got 20 people per class. So if you can get 2 people per class to leave them a review, how quick would they dominate that space? They get over 100 markers super fast and they'll just be dominating because of the principles of the search is 1, how many reviews, 2, how consistent are they? So you could go to here and copy paste this and move this marker out of here, put this into Google. Okay, go to their reviews. The newest one was a month ago. So they're averaging 2 reviews a month. This one has got to 103 reviews. So if you can get them 2 reviews a day, how quick do you reckon they'd dominate that search space? Does that make sense to everybody? Yep, everyone's a bit quiet. Okay, any questions on that so far? Guy, it depends on the restaurant and how many tables they've got, but yes, I would recommend NFC cards on every restaurant. No,
I can, sorry, when I can add there, when you go to restaurants, I'll do one here. When we put a disc on every table, so they had 10 tables, only a breakfast cafe, they're averaging about 10 reviews a week. So, and they only operate between 7 and 12 in the afternoon. So it's almost a no-brainer.
Yeah, 100%. No, the Climbo search, the prospect finder is a free tool within Climbo. We don't pay for it. It's included in our deal. Yeah, we mean the coasters. Yeah, Andre calls them a disc. We call them a coaster. I've done a post in the school about which NFC cards. I've got a flyer in there with all the contacts that I use for from Alibaba, all my different contacts. So how we use this again? So let's go to, let's go down here. Let's air conditioning, and I want to look for Brisbane, right? And we go find leads. And you let that do its thing. And occasionally, I know a couple of people have reached out to me. They had a bug in there. If you've ever got a bug in your platform, just go down to the chat down the bottom here and raise a ticket. And ideally, try to do a screen recording or a screenshot of the error. Okay, that makes support's job so much easier. So what else have we got going on here? Yep, I'll do that in a second for you. I'll show you one of them. Got a couple of them, I think, still here. Here's my laptop bag. I'll show you the coasters and the cards in a minute. I've got a couple of different versions. I haven't got the stands on me because they're in the car at the moment, in the boot where they belong, ready to be sold. So you can see here, here's a whole list of air conditioning prospects. So this guy here is 2 reviews, 2 stars, or 1 review, 2 stars. 1 review, 5 stars. Now this is a highly competitive market. So it's in the States they call it HVSC or something like that.
HVAC.
HVAC, that's the one. Thanks for that, Andre. Appreciate the assist.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But you look here, there's prospects everywhere here, right? And you got the email, you got the phone number, we've got everything we need to reach out to that business, right? So everything, you get admin emails, you've got all that sort of stuff there. So again, you just go through it and go have a look, and you go like, this guy here's got 173. So this guy here's got 43. So if we go create deal there in 3.8, and you go, okay, now let's go to deals. We come into here, look at his report. So look at his report here. Okay, so his score is 4 out of 10, right? His nearest competitors have got 200 and 300 reviews. Right, so you just go show, do you know these guys? Oh, yeah, I do. How would you like to compete with them for free, really, without doing paid ads? Now, in Andre's part, he'd probably do a combination of both because Andre does a lot of paid ad stuff. But these are an excellent tool you can use, okay? Even for your own research before you go in and see them, okay? So, and you can see there's 2,900 searches, monthly searches, right, for that. So how many is he missing out on? Because I can tell you, he's not going to be coming up in page 1. He's going to be far from it, unless you're standing out front of his business. Okay. Now, you could grab this information and you could copy paste this and put it into ChatGPT and tell it to write you out an email pointing out their nearest competitors and how they could easily dominate that space. Does that make sense? I will do a separate video of that, and I'll put that in the group of what the prompt will be and all that stuff. And I'll do that this morning and put that into the group a bit later today. Because ChatGPT is an amazing tool, especially if you're going to do cold email outreach and things like that. I personally don't do it. I've done a couple and get the odd one here and there, but generally everyone who knows me from these calls know I like to cold call. And when I'm out cold calling, if I do it, day in, day out for the week, I'll always get 4, 5, 6 clients for the week. Always. Maybe not that week, but over time they always come back. Okay, so we'll stop that share for a second. Any questions on that? Now, feel free to speak up, or can you walk us through a cold call? Yeah, hell yeah. So, for example, just let me program one of these up quickly. NFC tools, where's that gone? There we go. Okay, still got one from yesterday. Program up that, and then program up this. So those who haven't seen it, this is one of the, I can't see my camera here. Hang on. Yes, I can do this. So this is one of our discs or coasters. You might see that okay?
Yep.
Yep.
That's with the Badgie 100 or the Badgie 200?
No, this one's, I get that from Alibaba. That's I buy
So
them.
they're pre-printed for you.
They're a coaster pre-printed, and these are the tap cards. Now you could print them for the Badgie 100, but I just buy these now from Alibaba in a box of 500 because it works out.
So you just send them a PNG or a JPEG or something.
Yeah. That's all I do there. But they're ready to go. So for example, I'll walk into a business. My cold call, those who haven't heard it before, is hi, would the boss or the business owner be in? I've got a flyer, and I've got a coaster and a stand or a tap card, right? Always with me. And I'll say the
Just
boss.
a quick question, Wayne.
Yep.
With the stands, when it comes with a QR code from Alibaba, if you're going to order in bulk,
I don't
what
get
would
the
you
ones with QR codes. I just get a
do you
straight
not know?
stand.
Okay, so I suppose you could also add a QR code label to the stand anyways, couldn't you, for
Yeah,
extra?
yeah,
Yeah.
quite easily could. I never, if they really want a QR, I'll generally
Yeah.
just do a little printed one,
Yeah.
in a little A4 sort of A5 sort of stand, and give them one
And
of them.
just put that next to it, maybe, yeah.
Yep,
I
Yeah, makes
put
sense.
my own business on the back.
yep.
So
Yeah.
you put your own branding on the back, and that then helps them as well. So
Yeah. I was just on about the QR code for the review for the client, that's all.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Perfect.
generally what I'll do is I'll walk into the business owner and say, hey, is the boss or the business owner in there? They go, yes, no. Maybe if they're there, I'll say, great, can I grab them for, 30 seconds if that's okay? They'll
Yeah.
come out and I'll say, hey, sorry, my name's Wayne, your name is? He'll go, Andre. We go, great to meet you, Andre. Look, I'm not going to hold you up too long. I know you're incredibly busy, but quickly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important are reviews to your business right now? Andre?
7.
7. Fantastic. Andre, you're the companies we love to work with. What I do, I help you get up to 47% more reviews through latest technology, things like NFC cards and things like that. So without you really doing anything different to what you're doing right now, can I ask you, how are you getting your current reviews?
I'm not sure. They just come. I don't know.
So if I could show you a way we could get you up to 47% more reviews without you doing anything different, would you be happy to have a look at that?
Hey, absolutely.
Okay. So have you've probably seen these things on Facebook Marketplace and things like that?
Yes. How does that
What
work?
So what will happen, Andre, if you go and buy one of these from Facebook, let's say they're about between 30 and $50 each, right? And
Yep.
they come pre-programmed straight to your Google business location. So you've got no control over that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what we do with ours, so for example, we just come up, the customer will tap that on their phone, it'll come up like that, and it comes up with a custom branded landing page. That's custom to your business.
Right.
So that would be your logo, everything there. Now, do me a favor, Andre, just press 1 on that for me.
Yep.
Yep, cool. So now what's happened, if I'm a customer, I've had a bad experience, this feedback will go to you and you only. Google will never see it. Okay. It gives you a chance to make that customer a happy customer because you can reply to them via our software and invite them back to give you a second chance, anything like that. Now, obviously, if they've had a great experience and it's, 4 or 5, now we can drive them to Google. I haven't got this one programmed up properly. Google, TripAdvisor, Facebook. Where do they want to go to leave your profile? So we can build your profile, your online presence across multiple platforms with one button. Because as you'd appreciate, not everybody's got a Google account. I know down the Gold Coast, you get a lot of Asian tourists down there, and they love TripAdvisor. So we can help build your profile across multiple platforms. You can see how easy and simple that is, isn't it?
Yep.
So tell me, Andre, how many tables do you have currently?
I've got 12.
12 tables. So if we were to get you started with a 12 pack of these,
Yeah.
as you said, the coasters are normally about $49.95 each. So it'll be about $500, right?
Right.
If I was to get you started with 12 of these, and we'll throw our software in as well, which gives you the reply with AI, social share, and I'll show you how that works in a minute, and you get all that included with your $500 per year.
Yeah. That
Can you
sounds
see
good.
how that would drive more reviews?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Fantastic. Do you have a good copy of your logo, or is there one online I can grab?
There's probably one online.
Yep. Cool. I'll get you set up right now.
Great.
That's seriously, guys, how easy it can be. Sometimes I get some questions. How much is it? It's a contract. Yeah, no, look, it's $500 a year. after your 12 months, if you don't want to stay with the software, we can reprogram and go straight back to Google for you. But and I don't do big in-depth like presentations and things like that because I'm dealing face to face with a small business owner. Now, if I'm sitting with a big corporate, yeah, you've got to have your game on like Andre does. And Andre was kind enough to share a great presentation and document with us the other week. It's in school of how to do corporate presentations properly. Now, if you're just starting and you want quick cash, yeah, do a local only deal, $500 a year, and limit. So it's like not a lot. I give like next to no SMS and no email. It's literally just the tap and go and reply with AI, right? And I had YHA, which is the Youth Hostels Australia, reach out the other week through a referral. 8 locations. 6 of them will be on a $399 a month, and 2 will be on a $500 a year.
Nice.
It's not a bad client to pick up because they know 6 of the locations need automation. And the ironic thing is they already knew one of my other clients, which is Habitat Noosa, who's very happy with us. And she came back and said they can't speak highly enough. So let me go back to a couple of these questions. Sorry, guys.
Guys, I'm going to have to take off. Wayne, thank you very much. I'll watch the
Andre,
recording.
thanks for your
Everybody
feedback.
have a good day. Thanks.
And we'll catch up over the Christmas break.
Sure will. Thanks, guys. Bye.
See you guys. So these ones here, they're about, I think they cost me about $2 each landed. These ones here, $2 to $3 each landed. These are about 60 cents. The stands are about $3. That's what they cost me landed. Okay. In Australian dollars. So US dollars is cheaper again. So it's very they're a very great tool. And sometimes people go, I just want to buy them. And you go, fantastic, we'll program them up straight to Google and they're $49 each or whatever. But then I've had a couple of clients do that, just buy the coasters. And then they got a couple of bad reviews because they weren't going via our software. Then they've reached back out going, okay, can we give that software a try? In school, there's plenty of my pricing plans and all that in there. They're always in school. If you go to the classroom area and then it'll be added by members, you'll see all my stuff in there. And yeah, pretty much everything I've developed or done or shared is within the school community. Okay. Any questions on that process, guys? You can feel free to speak up too, if you like, rather than me reading questions every 10 seconds. No, they can't leave multiple reviews with one tap. It's only one or the other. So they can go to one site. But they could come back and go again if they wanted to. But it's only one site they can go to SP.
I'm just trying to get my head around the cards and the ordering. So you're ordering them on Alibaba.
Yep. And I've just got my logo on there.
Okay. And so you send them an image file and they print that on the cards for you.
Yep.
And then when they arrive, basically you're programming them, or
so
are you?
I'll show you how to program them.
So I'm assuming you've got like an NFC app.
Yep, there's an NFC tools.
Exactly.
You open that up and you'll go add record, add URL.
Yeah.
Grab the review link, paste that into there, and then just press right and tap it.
Right. So for your guy with 12 covers, then you would just do that 12 times. Yep,
and it takes literally 6 minutes.
Yeah.
The hardest part when I had the big square cases, I've still got a couple of them, was because they come in a twin pack, was taking one of them out to program. That was the longest part, trying to take it out of the pack.
But then the coasters are not branded to those 12 covers, are they? They're branded to you.
They're branded, they're powered by quick reviews. Everything I do has powered by quick reviews on it.
But so those 12 covers are not branded to that restaurant, are they?
No, God, no. Always to me. Programmed to the restaurant.
Programmed to the link, but actually not.
No.
So on the table when they walk in, when you're having your meal, actually they've got, I forgot. Sorry, what's the name of your company? Quick Covers or Quick something?
Quick Reviews, yeah.
Quick Reviews. So they've got a Quick Reviews coaster basically.
Yeah. So what it says here on the coaster, It says, we'd love to hear your feedback. Review us on a little Google, tap to leave a review. And then it's at the bottom, powered by Quick Reviews.
And the backside was sticky, is that right?
Yep.
So you're sticking it to the table?
Preamp sticker. Yep. And that's why I tell them, even during a free trial, if I'm doing a free trial, I won't give them like 12 on a free trial. I'll give them a few. But I'll say, if you stick them down after the free trial, if you don't want to go with the software, you've got to buy them off me and I'll reprogram them to Google. And they're fine with that. Because I say, if you stuck them down, I can't re-stick them down. The stands I can repurpose, the cards I can repurpose, but the coasters I can't if they've stuck them down.
Yeah, but you're not going to take the cards back, are you?
No.
So that leads me to another question, which is there a typical? So I have a lot of questions actually.
Yeah,
So
that's why we have these calls.
One is I'm a bit intimidated by the length. In the prospecting tool, I actually built a spreadsheet of all the industries. And I'm going through that. I think it's probably 350 industries. And I'm just getting my head straight as to, would that be a good one or a bad one to go after? So that's one challenge. And so my first question is whether you had any particular opinion. I mean, I started this week, for example, on old people's homes.
Yep.
Because I thought that would be a good angle. But
what part of the UK are you in?
I'm not. I'm in Germany. In
Germany, okay. I always go for what we call low-hanging fruit. Okay, so firstly, do you have a coffee shop or any local business in your town that you go to regularly and they know you?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Go set them up for free. Mm-hmm. Use them as a case study. Mm-hmm. And so you can go back and go, we took that business from there to there, and this is all we did. That's my first bit of advice to anybody. Secondly, a lot of people do what they call niche marketing. I want to hit nursing homes, and I want to hit electricians, and I want to hit plumbers. I'll go, if I'm going to an industrial estate here in Queensland where all the factories are, I've got a flyer for the factories, which it can be a combination of things of, get up to 47% more reviews as a tagline. They're all in school. And I'll letterbox drop that whole area. I won't speak to a single business owner. Too hard. And every time I drop off 25, I get around 2 to 3 inquiries and at least one sale. But if I'm doing a strip mall, like a group of shops, retail shops, I walk in with my flyers and all that, and that's all I do. Because I'm a big believer, if I'm going to walk past 100 businesses to go to one particular business, why am I walking past the 99 other ones? And
your flyers, I think you had like in what was it, in Canva, was it?
Yep.
I think you have three different ones. Do you have a favorite?
Depending on the niche. So if I'm going for trades, it's generally they get up to 47% more reviews. It's just that tagline I found worked well.
Okay.
All right. Small retail, it's more that the ones with the discs and the NFC pack. Because the small business retail have seen these online, they've thought about buying them or they've already got one.
And when you're mailing, so that's interesting to me that you're able to get leads just by putting it in the post box. Even do you have a favorite for that?
No, that's that 47%.
47%.
Yep. No,
so 47% is your favorite one, basically.
Yeah. For commercial, yeah.
Okay.
So, like for example, like it's one of my early clients who's been with me a few years now. It's not a BS statistic; it's actual for me. I'll cover the free trial in a minute. SB was I cold called a tinting business here, car tinting. They do window tint, and briefly spoke to the manager. Said, "This is what we do. This is before I had NFC cards and everything like that. This is a couple of years ago." Talked about QR codes and automation, like connecting it to his Xero accounting software and all that. He goes, my boss would be really interested in this. Can you leave me the flyer? I said, yep. About a month went by. Then the boss rings me. Wayne, can you come and see me? Sat down, did a little mini like flip chart PDF presentation. He goes, I've got 3 locations. How much would that be? I said, it was 199 times 3. He goes, let's get started. I had a pool company ring me about 2 weeks after I dropped the flyer off. Said, yep, we need more reviews. We've got a couple of bad ones we need to get some pushed down. And the ironic one was I picked up a client in March this year. I've talked about this on a couple of calls, which is a beauty salon up in Coolum. I dropped the flyer off there 2 years ago. She sat on the flyer for 2 years. Average turnaround for a cold flyer drop in an industrial area for like those trade type places is 2 weeks. So I just will go and drop 25, 30 off a day.
What amazes me is that it finds its way to the right person.
Yep.
That somebody must be going through the mail and making a decision. Oh, that flyer needs to go to this person.
Yeah.
That's what amazes me.
And occasionally I've done the same area, once a month over 3 months.
The other question I had was, do you have like a typical duration? I mean, are you saying that once you've got a customer on board, they say customer forever?
So far, my attrition's in the high 90 odd %. And I started with another platform before Climbo.
Yeah, the other way around. So your attrition is like 10%.
Oh, yeah, probably 7%, sorry.
7%, yeah. Okay.
So I'm in 93% retention.
Exactly, right.
Sorry, wrong word, wrong way.
So retention in a year. So let's say you've got 100 customers 100 new customers this year. At the end of the year, or at the end of a year, then 97% will still be your customer.
Yeah, and yeah,
And it sounds like
I've got clients from 3-4 years ago still.
Right, and it sounds like you tend to sell annual ARR, annual subscriptions.
No, and monthly. So depending on the business, I do monthly. So I've got 4 packages, right? But my $500 a year pack, which is more for that small cafe type restaurant business, and that's just the coaster pack and everything else. And then I've got on top of that my automate packages, and that's where I connect third-party software via either the Climbo internal connection or via Zapier. And they're automate. They start at $199 a month, $299 a month, and $399 a month. And that's based on how many trigger points. So how many customers they'll be putting through a month, how many SMS or email we'll be sending.
So if you have a new service, so I just discovered one last week, which is called, in my area, called Treatwell, which is for sort of barbers and spas and God knows what. And so in your case, so given that there isn't one already in Climbo, I guess one option would be to phone up or mail Climbo and say, can you do the integration? But using Zapier, it sounds like you're doing your own thing with that. Is that right?
Yeah, because when I first started, Climbo didn't have the automation set up. They had Zapier, but they didn't have the internal. So I was very proficient with Zapier to begin with. They connect, because the old software company I was with, they had Zapier, and so I had to learn that. So I've got lots of clients with either a Zapier connection or an internal Climbo connection through QuickBooks or other softwares. And they're like Shopify. I've got a Shopify client. She's on $299 a month, and she's been with me for 3 years.
So
44 reviews to nearly 700.
Great. So I can understand if you don't want to answer this question, but how many customers have you got in total?
Yeah, just under 200.
Sorry?
Just under 200.
Just under 200 customers in total. And when you look at those 200, have you got some idea of how they're distributed by industry, by category?
Oh, it's too mixed. So a lot is small retail, like cafes, bars, restaurants, especially as I've focused on them this year. But I've got concreters, I've got a Shopify store. I've got a WooCommerce store, which is antique tools. I've got a gutter guard business. I've got a solar company. I've got beauty salons, hair salons. Yeah, it's mixed.
It's. I get the feeling it's almost more geographic, that you find
most
a
of my
geographic
business,
patch, and whatever's in that patch, you go after.
so I've got clients mainly here in my home, in my own area. I do have clients in New Zealand. I have some in Sydney. I have 2 in America, in Tennessee. But they've reached out to me through friends in the States and things like that. But most of my stuff is in a 10-kilometre radius of where I am.
Yeah, cool.
And
Excellent.
they love the fact that I'm local.
Right.
Because
Do you ever
I picked up 2 chiropractors, recently, who are with Bird Eye, which is a competitor. And they said, we're paying $400 a month. It's not really doing what they told us it was do. We can't talk to anybody. We're contracted, all this. They come out of contract. They've rung me straight away because they found me through another business where they had an NFC card. And said, that'll work so much better for our business. Contacted me. And I just said, pick your plan. Here's 4 plans. Which one suits you best?
And do you ever manage everything for them, actually?
There's about 3 businesses where I'll log in every now and then and reply to their reviews for them and things like that.
Cool. No, that's really great insight, Wayne. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Because, if you don't care about your customers, somebody else will. And I probably get with all my customers, I would average 2 support calls a month. So I'm just going to read a couple of questions here. Sorry. No, I can't talk about the new things coming just yet. I had a chat with Tommy last night. There are some big things coming, hopefully before the end of the year, which we'll be able to share closer, but I can't talk about it in the moment. Are we able to automate anything yet? Yeah, you can automate whatever you want in the back end of the customer. As long as their software or whatever works with us, we can automate it if it's there. But one of the automations is a Google Sheet. Can get them to copy paste their data into Google Sheet at the end of the day, and you can automate that 100%.
Hey, Wayne, can I just clarify something there?
Yep.
Are you saying that like I was offering reputation services in the past too, but like I would have a chiropractor where when the customer would come in, they would sign in on the customer or on the chiropractor's software, but then they would have to go in and then manually sign that person in on my software. Are you saying a Zapier with Climbo allows them to speak to each other, that type of thing?
Well, depending on if their software, if that customer's software has a Zapier integration, we can connect to it.
Okay, so that once that client would sign in there, that would queue them up within the Climbo software.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So with chiropractors, I've found most chiropractors want it on about the 8th visit.
Okay.
They want to trigger on the 8th visit. So you can do that within Zapier as a filter.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you have any issues with privacy, patient privacy?
Depending on the country. Every country.
But in Oz, you don't have any issues. So with a chiropractor, no issue with patient privacy data.
No, because especially now within the back end of Climbo, they could go in. Let's say you go into where it says send review request, and you go to SMS or email. You go down to the list down the bottom. You can delete the data from there. So once it's been sent out, they could delete it, so it's not on the Climbo servers. If they had a concern about that.
It's a bit more rigorous in the US and in Europe. It's a bit more rigorous.
We are, what do they call it? Whatever, compliant.
HIPAA in the US is
compliant.
HIPAA.
Yeah, I think we're HIPAA compliant. I'll have to check that with Climbo.
Oh, that would be really interesting to know that. Yeah.
I'll ask that question to Tommy a bit
I tell you why we might be is because we're on Amazon.
Yeah, and we are GDRP whatever compliant as well.
Well, yeah, not really, but
Yeah, well, sort of.
it depends how you look at it. But so anyway, I won't get into that. But
Yeah.
I think what we would do is we would push that responsibility to the client. So
Yeah, and
if
you
the
just know
client
the
is sending
yeah,
emails or SMSs, it's up to them to be GDPR compliant, and not up to us.
yeah, and you go back to the client and go, look, the great thing with our service, you can log in the back here. Let's say at the end of the week you've sent all your requests that you know they've all gone out. Just go into the back and press delete.
That wouldn't work with GDPR. That's not good enough.
Well, because if it's deleted from the servers, the data's not helping.
It's not. You can do something and then delete it. That's not
Yeah,
how it works.
yeah, no.
Unfortunately,
But you could have, as part of the client in the chiropractor sense, right? Yeah, your data may be used to connect with our. But if the client agrees to that, then that's a different kettle of fish. Oh, in Australia, it is. I know that.
yeah. So on the HIPAA side of life, on the patient
on my
privacy
other
thing,
software,
Sorry. Yep.
on the software I had previously, you could toggle for HIPAA compliance, and essentially it just included their first name and last initial for the post, which I think met that here, at least where I am.
Yeah. Well, so generally, I only grab the first name anyway. In any request I'm doing, I'm not doing the first and surname unless that's the way it 100% populates in their software. So, sorry, get back to a couple of questions here. Yeah, look, if you don't want to use Zapier, there's Pabbly. We use in our back end for Climbo, Alberto is the actual software in the back. And you can search in Alberto if we've got connections there. But yeah. So in our software in the back end, yeah, the connections are free. They're limited to, I think there's a cap per month of how many requests. You'd have to raise a ticket with support about that. Any other questions? Or have I gone?
I'm wondering, I am finding that in the US, the tap seems to be a struggle. They seem to be more, even when I've personally handed them and like, no, just tap it, it seems to be an issue. I don't have a printer, and I was wondering if anyone knew of a supplier where you could get the cards with some kind of QR code on it that I could program.
Yeah,
I'm looking for it, but I
yeah.
can't seem to.
So there's a couple of QR code programs out there which are what we call dynamic QRs.
Right.
So you
But
can
then I would have to print it though, right?
yeah. So you could send that QR code to the printer who might be able to print a card with the QR code on. But that QR code, so you might have 10 QR codes in a dynamic QR code builder.
Mm-hmm.
And each one of them is reprogrammable after it's been printed.
Okay, so I would have to, if I understand what you're saying correctly, I would have to print out the QR codes from my dynamic system
so if you
and
got,
take it to a printer to print on cards.
Yeah, so if you
Because I
got
would ideally like to have an NFC card that also has a QR component too.
So what you'd do there, you get there's plenty of dynamic QR code software out there, and there's some good free ones as well. I can't remember what they're called, but they're pretty good.
I have one.
Yeah, and what you do, generate, let's say 100 QR codes, take them to the printer, get 100 cards printed, but make sure you number them down the bottom 01 to 100, right? And then, card 01 is the first QR code. In your spreadsheet, then you just copy paste the URL you want that QR code to go to.
Okay, so I'd have to find a local printer that can print on NFC cards. Okay.
Yep.
There is another solution. I haven't done it, but I've seen people use transparent little stickers.
Yep.
So if you want to print a sheet of transparent stickers and you leave a space on your card at the back, then you can just peel them off, stick them on, and take them on. They wouldn't last as long, but it is a
Mhm.
solution for QR code.
Yeah.
Andre,
Okay.
you're printing your cards, are you?
Thank you.
Out of Alibaba as well.
But
Okay.
but I've also got a Badgie printer, a Badgie 100. So if someone wants a QR code, I've got spare NFC cards, blank, and I'll just print them and put the QR code link in there with the Badgie software. So
And
I'd like to ask about your process with the prospecting tool.
Yep.
Like, I know you are very big on going to locals,
Yep.
but I like to learn more about your process with the new prospecting tool. Like, what are your filters, your qualifications? Like, for example, I like to focus on the ones that already have a website,
Yep.
but I'm interested in see how you actually prospect for your business.
As I said, I'm going to do a video on that after this call of my whole process of using the prospecting tool, because I use the prospecting tool with ChatGPT to write a powerful email to send as a cold call email.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to do a separate video after the call of what the prompt is, how it looks, how it works, and what the email sequence would look like.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Just pointing out their pain points, really. So that's all right. But yeah, more than happy to do that. But yeah, bit long-winded to do on a call. That's all. Hang on, dog's pushing my laptop back. And look, if you wanted to buy small amounts of QR codes, NFC stuff, you can buy them from Amazon, and you can program the QR code on there. But they're not cheap. Look, to answer the second question, do I have a question from a client about the negative experience button and leave public review? I haven't had a problem with that as yet. I did notice when they first rolled it out, we had a couple sneak through. But I tell the client, this is about managing your client expectations as well. I tell them we can never stop someone leaving a review on Google if they really want to. Right? If they're really pissed off, they're going to go to Google anyway. Right? So what we try to do is obviously get them internally first and get them to go that way. Blakey, be quiet. Get them to go that way first. But yeah, and if they do manage to go to Google and they leave a negative experience, well, we know we're going to push it down later with more positive reviews. Does it make sense to everybody?
Yep.
How do I get the bird eye?
Yeah.
They came to me. I didn't get them.
All positive reviews only can look suspicious too. So
Yeah, exactly. You never we had one I had to flag for a client, it's a local Italian restaurant, and this was out of school. Like the guy obviously went there for dinner, didn't like it, but rather than actually just posting a proper photo of his meal, he Googled and got a photo of a rat on a plate and put that up. And I had to fight Google for about a month to get that taken down, because it wasn't a true experience of the restaurant, because I know Pammy doesn't serve rat. Okay, so what time have we got? We're nearly there. Okay, any other questions before we wind this call up for the day? So I'm going to do the prospecting tool video with the ChatGPT prompt and all that. I'll do that a bit later this morning. Table.
I have a quick question in regards to the prospecting tool. It's got a part where you click on at the end, like go to the website, and mine never leads anywhere. Is it supposed to not lead anywhere? The button at the bottom on the report?
Give me a second. I'll just bring it up and have a look what we're talking about. Give me 1 sec. So down here.
Yeah.
Yep. So have you programmed that in? So if you go to your brand and then have you put your website in here?
I could have sworn I put it in there, but I'll try it again.
Go check that because that'd be the issue.
Okay.
It's on that report one, actually, Wayne.
This one here, yeah. So I know mine's not there, but it should be there. But so if I just copy that, yep, no, this one, copy that, go back, and then go into here, and come down here. Oh, there it is here. No, down here, this one here, and save. Save that, and that's where you put it there in the report.
All right. I'll try that again.
Yep. So yeah, there's two office spots with the report. See, I've been in here for a while. In the report tab, so that's a call to action there, and then obviously up the top here, which is your main logo.
Okay.
Cool. Any other questions on that? No?
Nope.
No, good. Give me 1 second. Let me go back here. If there's any questions in the chat. Scroll down. No, that's all right. You're welcome, Guy. QR code takes to the specific business landing page. The card or the QR. Yep, that's correct. Yeah. So, and with the packages I do, someone asked a question about my packages. Yeah, I have to look into how many I've got set. But if I've got a multi-location guy, I'll set custom things for them. So I'll just create a package in the package area, and then create one specifically for that client if they got multi-location, and then allow X amount of text or email credits for that particular client per location. But yeah, generally it's 100. I don't do a lot of SMS in Australia because we get a lot of spam SMS, so we don't get as many clicks. So I do a lot more email in my packages. So it might start at 100 email, then it goes to 250, then it goes to on my $3.99. It's unlimited. Not that anyone will cap that out.
Yeah, here's a tip. I haven't tried this yet. Maybe somebody can try this in the group. There's a guy in Sydney that says when they ask for reviews, the first question was, "Thank you for your coming to our business. Did you enjoy?" They personalized the first one. They don't ask for a request. And then a day later, they were sending the follow-up and to say, "Please, would you mind leaving a review?" They got a 50% higher engagement rate by sending that first "thank you for coming" email. I'll be most probably trialing that next week and see how we go with that. But yeah, it was interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's definitely worth a try because so you do the first one and then it'll be a 3-day request.
Yeah.
We can't do a 24-hour request unless it's gone through Zapier or something.
Yeah. These ones most probably more through CRMs than that, but
yeah. But yeah, look, it's a powerful tool that works. But as I said, if you're not out there seeing a client or talking to people, you're not going to grow your business. Simple as that. That's the only reason my business has grown to the level it is due to I'm just active. Yeah, I'm always out hustling now. The last week I really haven't been out much because we had Melbourne Cup week, and that's always a big week for me socially. So I didn't get out there much this week, but I still picked up a new client this week. So, and again, just consistently doing the repetitive stuff. If you're out there on the coalface, it pays off. So how many clients are you still working with, Andre, trying to get over the line in the Wales?
I've got a few now, but we've got 3 of them over the line, which is good. And they had a very, very reasonable rate. So
yeah.
But Andre, there's a lot of work. Yeah, sorry, Wayne. There's a lot of work behind that. I mean, it's like I said, mine is more lead gen, but the conversation is easy. And when I show people the stats, we've got the ballooning company right now. I've actually got them open. Yeah, they've got. So those only cards, they didn't want to use our software. They're using Podium.
Yep. Just
to give you the idea of around the cards itself, they did 7 reviews this week, and the last 30 days, 39.
Yeah,
39 reviews. Yeah. And also a very good customer. They had a bad review. They got a 5-star rating across Google. They had a negative review yesterday, first time. Not first time, but in the recent present. And they responded with a very lengthy one. Thank you for this. Contact us today. This is not our policy. They use that opportunity to actually promote themselves. We take care of people. Are you sure it's the right company? Because they booked it through a booking agent. So
Yep.
they are very conscious of their brand, and they use that negative as an opportunity to show people this is how we respond. I
Yep.
think it was very, very clever.
Yeah. And it's like, it's amazing. I'm just looking at some of my stats here. So, we got one client we took from 271 reviews to now, where are they? 652 in 12 months.
Nice.
100% automated. Right, still they were 4.4 star rating when we started. Now a 4.9. We've internalized 62 negative reviews. So, the software works. Don't be afraid to show other people how it works as well, like other clients. I show, if I'm demoing other people's clients and how they work. So, But it's a powerful software. It works very well. It's just a matter of getting it out there to the public. Okay, give me a second here. Where am I going?
Do you automate all your clients' responses?
Sorry?
Do you automate all of your clients' responses?
Do I automate them all? No. You can't automate the responses at the moment. You could do through Zapier. Through Zapier, you could automate it as an auto response. I don't like auto responses though.
Will your clients just log in like once a week and then they'll just reply to them when they need to? Yeah.
Yeah. So I show them how to set it up on their phone.
Yeah.
So a little trick that you can use, Dimitri, is tell them to log in. I tell my clients once a week, pick a date. But actually read the reviews and see what your customers are saying. That is your word of mouth. That gives you more insight into your business. It gives you an understanding of what customers are really thinking. And when they start realizing, okay, well, I actually can hear from the customers, they're more likely to actually do it.
Yep.
Yeah. Can they log on via the phone? Is there an app that they can log on to?
You can log in. It's not an app, but it's mobile friendly. So
yeah. Oh, perfect.
Give me 1 second. Sorry. But that's what. Get them to log in. Show them how to use it. I've got a little click on the bottom of my one goes to video training, and that shows them everything they need to know. So that basically it just goes to a page on my website with some video recordings of me showing them how to do stuff. So it's very simple like that. How do you just re-add the logo again, Jennifer, to the same thing? It'll be an option there to, I'm assuming, to upload the logo. I'm assuming there'll be an option there to do that. Jennifer wanted to know how to put the logo into the report. So you go to brand, she can go to brand and go to there and just go on the report. It says main logo and you say edit, and you can put the logo in there if it hasn't populated the main logo. So, okay, guys, we're going to get ready to wind this one up so I can get on to this other recording I need to do for you guys. Guys, thanks so much for jumping on the call today. It's been a pleasure chatting away again. We've just gone over the hour. And, we might do a sneaky one between now and the last one of the year in December. I'll think about a topic, but I'll put a poll in the group. And people can sort of chat what they want to, anything in particular they want us to cover. But guys, other than that, happy Wednesday, Tuesday, wherever you are in the world. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. And again, one more time before Christmas. So have a great one, and I'll chat to all you guys soon.
Thank you. Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Pleasure.
Thanks, everybody.
See you
Have a
guys.
good one.
See you guys.
Thank you. See you later on.
See you guys. Bye.
Thank you.